I'm Ann Cates. The full House will vote later this week on formalizing the impeachment process.
The resolution outlines the next steps in the impeachment inquiry as it moves toward the public phase of the investigation. In a Dear Colleague letter, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi writes, the resolution was not legally necessary, but the House would take a vote to eliminate any doubt as to whether the Trump administration may withhold documents, prevent witness testimony, disregard duly authorized subpoenas, or continue obstructing the House of Representatives. The text of the resolution will be released Tuesday. It will be marked up in the House Rules Committee Wednesday, and a vote on the floor is expected Thursday. Linda Kenyon, Washington.
California continues to battle a wildfire outbreak.
The so-called Kincade fire in Northern California has destroyed more than 100 structures and scorched more than 66,000 acres. It is still in the single-digit containment category. Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a statewide state of emergency as crews are making progress.
The good news is the winds have died down in the last number of hours, and it's giving us a respite at the moment.
And a moment he means the Diablo winds are returning in the next few days to Northern California, and a new fire, the Getty fire in Southern California, pushed by now calm for the moment Santa Ana winds.
Very challenging fire.
LA City Fire Chief Ralph Terrazas means the winds, the terrain, the dry fuels, but quick progress is being made while the winds are down. Jim Roop, Los Angeles.
Classes have been canceled again tomorrow in Chicago, the nation's third largest school district, as more than 25,000 teachers remain off the job. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says Chicago and the union representing educators need to reach a settlement.
The fact is that we should be encouraging all parties to work this out and get kids back in school. I know that they're hard at work today to try to make that happen, but it's gone on too long.
On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 133 points, the S&P up 17. I'm Ann Cates.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
The wicked ones obviously under heavy Masonic influence.
I hear nothing.
I hear nothing either.
What is going on? TFR Studio.
Well, we can hear each other. Can other people hear us?
I have no idea.
Maybe this is the new show without the crappy news.
I have no idea. Did you hear the intro?
No, nothing.
Okay, let me check in the chat here.
Do you have a chat going?
Hold on. No, I don't see anything. Oh, you do hear us. Hello, we're here.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we're on TFR.
No, I think TFR does hear us. I don't think YouTube hears us. Hold on.
I'm so confused.
This is such good radio.
This could never happen on a ball earth.
No. Okay, they can hear us. All right, I'm going to go live on YouTube now. I didn't hear the intro.
I didn't hear the intro.
We heard nothing. We heard no sound, which this might be a problem, though, because I don't know if we'd be able to hear calls or anything. Let me try this here. Sorry, folks. We are dealing with some problems.
Well,
we don't know why.
Welcome to Glowbusters.
No, shut up. Oh, boy. Let's see here. All right, welcome, everybody. Do I have to do my intro, or Dave doesn't like it anyway, right?
No.
Oh, great. Fantastic. I don't know if this is going to be a problem because I don't know if we'll hear any bumper music or hear any calls.
Are we on TFR?
According to the people in the TFR chat, we are.
Fantastic.
So we're going live on YouTube in 3, 2, and 1. My dog's not very happy about it. But we are. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the #1 show on Truth Frequency Radio on Monday nights between the hours of 6 and 8 p.m. Pacific, 9 to 11 Eastern. Welcome to your protection from deception. This is Jeranism, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Monday Night Raw, and I'm your host for the next 2 hours. Thank you for joining me. And let me thank as well my co-host for being here, as he is each and every Monday. He is the man with the plan. What else do we call you? The man with the app, the chap with the app, and, of course, the host of the award-winning top-notch podcast, the Flat Earth Podcast, David Weiss. David, what's good in the hood?
Hey, man. It's just another great day.
It is great.
And it's Monday.
I know. I'm scrolling up here to see if, okay, we got now we just got people calling in like crazy. I'm going to go to the first caller. We're just going to make sure the phone lines work because I have no idea if they do. Let's go to the 304. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this? Welcome to the show, by the way.
This is Nathan Fowler. Do you think the reason Marine Corps and Navy don't want to get rid of the globe Earth because it's on their flags?
Could be. I think there's lots of reasons. Think of everything that would have to change. Movies, cartoons, commercials, logos. It would be catastrophic.
Are you noticing
I agree.
significant uptick in the amount of space propaganda, videos, movies, shows, mentions?
Without a doubt. How about the caller? You noticing the same?
I am indeed. It's ridiculous. When I've got 3 children in school, although the preschool class has not had a globe in it yet. If they put it in there, I'm going to flip out.
Well, I do appreciate you calling in and letting us know that the phone lines are working. I don't know if we'll be able to hear bumper music or the ads, but that's actually better for me and Dave. I just want to know when we're back on. All right, well, I appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Later. All right, that was the 304. Thank you very much for that call. We will be taking calls during the second half as we normally do. I'm getting caught up here now that everything seems to be working. We just didn't hear an intro, so we never knew when the hell we were supposed to start talking.
Will we know when to stop?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Unless the only thing is when we called back the second time, Dave, if it had just ended the intro, maybe we missed the intro and we were right on time with the start of the show. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know. It's a stretch. But thank you guys for joining us so much. We do appreciate it. This is Raw number 182. Today is October 28th, 2019. How can you tell? Because, well, NASA's in the news with more bullshit. Of course, they had to put up the same image they put up every Halloween since I don't know when.
Wait a minute, that was a different face they found in space. Isn't it normally like a jack-o'-lantern sun?
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, so they have the jack-o'-lantern sun. That's actually from 2014, I believe. They just released that again in all the news stories. But you're talking about the Hubble.
Yeah.
The Hubble spotting the ghoulish face in the depths of space. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a little blurb here on Gizmodo that says a ghostly countenance is glaring back at us through 704 million light years of interstellar space. What is that distance? Should I figure that out real quick? It's hilarious, but it's not good radio. 704 million light years of interstellar space in what's actually a galactic collisions of epic proportions. Sounds like a movie intro. With galaxies for eyes and rings of gas and dust for its face, the ARP-Mador system presents a truly haunting visage. The NASA ESA Hubble Space Telescopes captured this striking image back in June, but the fine folks at Hubble released it this week in honor of Halloween and all things scary.
So let me ask you a question. Can you see dust on the other side of your room?
No. How about the end of your block? How about keep drawing that?
Dust.
It's so ridiculous. It's interstellar dust, though, Dave. That's what I think you're
Is that bigger dust? Like interstellar dust? Is it bigger than a regular dust particle?
Must be. Oh, boy, it's so bad. So to honor the tradition of October 28, 2019, I put the jack-o'-lantern sun kind of behind our thumbnail.
Oh, is that what I was seeing? I'm like, what the heck is that ghost?
That's the jack-o'-lantern
freaked me out a little bit.
Nope, not trying to scare you. That's the jack-o'-lantern sun. So pretty fun. We've got a fun show. It's action-packed today, I'll tell you that much. We do have a call coming in from Robbie Davidson. That'll be during the second segment, the second half hour. So
wait a minute. Hold on. Can I do a Kreskin or the Johnny Carson? I'm going to guess what Robbie's calling in about.
What do you think? What could it be? What could be coming up in the near future? I can't think of anything.
He's calling to talk about the app, of course.
Let's talk about the app, shall we?
Yeah, we can.
The other thing I have to do, I guess we could talk about this first, then we can get to the app. So hold that thought.
Wait a minute, hold on. There's no sound on your stream, is what I'm seeing in this chat.
Oh boy, you're kidding me.
Hold on, let me turn it up. Yeah, there's no sound on your stream.
Unbelievable.
This is fantastic. I feel like I'm on Glowbusters.
This is good radio. This is fantastic YouTube. There's so much good stuff going on. Hello to everyone on YouTube. I believe that we are on there now, possibly. So welcome to the show. You missed an exciting first few minutes as David and I tried to figure out what was going on. There was also airs and starting on TFR. So I believe we're live everywhere now.
Well, I've got the sound up, but I've got nothing coming out yet.
Oh, man. I don't know what's wrong then. I wonder if I should just cancel this.
Someone said their sound. Ginger says sound.
This is good radio.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, there is sound.
It is.
All right, good.
Yeah, now there's sound. There's a delay.
That is so
all
weird.
Right.
The other weird thing that I'm seeing that TFR is muted for some reason on Skype. Did you mute them?
How did I mute them?
I didn't, so that's why I was asking you.
I
wonder if that's why. And there's no option to unmute them. Okay, this is great. This show should be nominated for Best Radio Show of the Year. So please put in your votes for the show, as it's been without hitch.
TS, a phone, and me. Which one is TFR?
It says TFR Studio.
I don't even have that.
And then when I click the down thing, the mute button is grayed out. So I don't know. Okay, well, maybe that's why we couldn't hear the intro. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll have to see as we get to the first break. But, you have to remind me, or don't remind me, but I have to play something 5 minutes before we head out for break. It is a song by Adam Meakin. So, the Adam Meakin. The reason for that, just to let everybody know, before the show, I did call in to the Globeli Euro Tour update stream. Were you watching that, Dave? Did you happen to see it?
I did not see it tonight.
Yeah, I called in just to say hello and thank you to everybody over there. And they're trying to get some more funds together to, continue the tour a little bit further. And I mentioned that I would talk about it on the show tonight. So I'm telling everybody that they could really use your help, whether it's $3, $5, $8, $20, whatever it takes. You can go down to the description in the YouTube video, and let me make sure I'm being honest about that. Hopefully it's in there. Scroll down. Let's see if we see it. Yeah, there's a paypal.me/Globeli Euro Tour. So if you're listening on TFR, you'll have to type that in yourselves. If you're on the YouTubes, just go down to the first link.
In the chat.
Thank you very much. It's paypal.me/Globeli Euro Tour. They could use your assistance very much. No volume on Dave.
What?
I can't hear Dave on YouTube.
Get out of town.
This is the worst stream of all time. Can we just start over?
Want me to hang up and come back?
Try that.
Wait a minute. I hear myself echoing now.
What? It just started?
Yeah. I have a solid echo.
Hold on. Let me see if it's this thing. Click that.
Bob around. We can bob around.
It should be working now. It's not working?
I'm going to hang up and come back in. How's that sound?
Try it. All right, we've been having a fantastic show. For those just joining us, you have missed absolutely nothing but us fumble around. Let's see if that worked for Dave. Do you still have an echo? Oh, now Dave's muted. This is great. Dave, get off mute. You're on mute.
Okay, now I'm not muted. Wow, we may have some new listeners listening today. I went to a local library meetup to talk about a conspiracy meetup. I guess that's the best word for it. And I had to leave a few minutes early. And I told people where they can listen to me. So we might have some people listening. So welcome to the train wreck of radio shows.
Do you still hear your echo, or is that any better?
No, it's good now.
Oh, weird. Just redialing did that? I'm going to have to do that next time somebody says, I hear echo. I'm going to tell them, hang up, retry it. And how about people on YouTube? Can they hear you?
I don't know.
I still see people saying no volume. It's working. We hear Dave now. Jeranism, it works. Whew, wow. That was good stuff. So welcome to the show. We're only 12 minutes in, and we've covered absolutely nothing. No, we covered
we covered a lot of stuff. The jack-o'-lantern.
That's true.
We're about to talk about the app.
We haven't got there yet because I'm still talking about the Globeli Tour. Yeah. They need everyone's assistance. If you could be so kind. There was a show today on Roxanne the Globalist Denier's channel. You can catch me calling in if you want for a few minutes on that show. I think Paul on the Plane also did a simulcast, but they could really use your help. And
just $5. Everybody, people have PayPal accounts. Just go on the links in the chat. $5. That's all you got to do.
It's that easy.
Or $1 or $100. but nothing in between.
No, you can do whatever you want in between. And one thing that happened to me right after I got off the phone with them is the Adam Meakin called and told me that he would donate $20 on my behalf to the Globe Light Tour if I played his song on Raw tonight. So that's why we're playing it. So it's about 5 minutes long, but with about, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes to go before the break.
I would have gotten 25 out of him.
Oh, should I have raised it? We can
come on. 5-minute song for $20? It's $5 a minute, my friend.
Let's see, where's he at? Where's Adam Meakin? Is he in the chat? I don't see him. Otherwise, I would do that. Adam Meakin, can we get confirmation that it will actually be 25? Maybe we'll only play half of it if Adam Meakin can't respond.
That'd be a good song. Otherwise,
it's making fun of.
For it.
Yeah, you'll have to listen. It'll be coming up, and then we've got Robbie Davidson after that. Then we've got your phone calls.
I am so excited for Robbie to come on and talk about the Flat Earth Conference coming up in. Break out my app. Is it 8? We're in a below 20 days now, or 15 days.
Somebody did ask in the chat.
15 days, Jeran.
I know, it's right around the corner. Somebody asked in the chat, how do they send David Weiss $10? And that's quite easy. You can simply go to Venmo and search for @Jeranism. And
no. You can, today, actually, I changed it. Today, it's paypal.me/Globely Eurotour.
Excellent. Oh, he changed it.
That's how you send me money today.
So to send Dave $10, it's very easy. There's actually a link in the description of this video on YouTube. Just scroll down a little bit. Click that link, go over, enter in $10, which is, I don't know how many pounds. You have to do the conversion yourself. But
or just send 10, you change it to dollars. So if you don't want to do the conversion, click the little button, drop down, send them dollars. I always send them dollars because then they have to figure it out.
Remember, it was on the other one.
Yeah, you can do that. You can send them dollars. It's really sending them the same thing. But if you send them $10, it says $10. But if you send them $10 in euros, it's less than 10. So it seems like less.
Okay, great.
So send them dollars.
Yes. Okay, I'm glad all the sounds. Thank you guys for staying with us for this long. I don't know why you would do that. Myself, I would be thinking at this point, like, God, this guy's been running a radio show for 182 episodes and can't get it right. But it's really not my fault. I'm going to blame, who am I blaming tonight? Skype. So, lots of stuff to talk about. We had, great Globebusters yesterday. Dave, you were there listening, I'm sure.
I was in the background. I fed you guys a couple things. My comment on why the ISS tracking stopped. I think I'm dead right.
Might be.
Remember?
I'm going to do some research on that. Yeah.
Why would it stop all of a sudden? It's because they turned off the lights and went for fuel.
I don't know. That could be it. I don't understand a lot about that. I've talked about that a million times. I don't understand the right to left traveling across the face of the sun or the moon anyway. And I've yet to have anybody explain it to me. So if anybody knows the answer to that, please explain it to me. Because you have to think of it this way, Dave. It's the equivalent of, when they say, well, the thing is flipped. Right? Okay, so we're looking at the moon. Why does the moon look upside down from the south as it does to the north? Okay, we know the answer to that. But the same should be true for a craft traveling. If a craft is traveling in front of the sun and from the north, if I see it going from my right to my left, then from the south, you should see it going from your left to your right. Correct? It should be flipped.
Sure.
But it's not. It goes right to left, which doesn't make much sense. I don't understand. Somebody says magic. Somebody says David Weiss is Lord. So good chatters here so far. Great. Now what do I got? I got somebody Skyping me. What about? Don't tell me they don't hear anything or something. Oh, Roxanne saying thank you so much. No problem. I hope everybody clicks that link, donates if they can. My $20 or $25 will be coming as soon as I play this fabulous song by Adam Meakin. But Dave, let's talk about your app because you have some updates coming, which I think are quite cool.
So we're pre-announcing it because my app guy is on the Diwali festival 2 weeks holiday that all of India shuts down and has a big party. Can't say I blame them, but it always comes just before the conference. The last year I was stressing out trying to get the app for the conference, and they were at this thing, and literally I had the app was finished the day of the conference.
Right.
So a lot of people said, we're always coming up with improvements for the app, and people say, what about putting weather on the app? And I just said, no way. It's too hard. I don't know. Like, where am I going to pull the data from? It would be cool, but I don't think there's a way to do it. And then I got this actually from Barnabas Nagy today, did a piece on Dark Sky, which is the API that I use to pull my weather data from. They have a flat Earth weather map, and it's actually like on a hidden page on their site, and it has precipitation on one, it has wind speeds, and it has temperature over the AE flat Earth map. And they kind of make a joke out of it, like, hey, we're joking, but not really. It's really weird. I'll actually put the link in the chat for anyone that's on Jeranism RAW, and you can check it out yourself. But I think we can pull that data and lay it in over the app. And I sent you some screenshots. What did you think?
I thought it looked great. But you haven't mentioned this to your app developer yet, or he's already seen it?
I did. Well, no, I sent them messages, but he's I don't know, what do they do? Do they drink? Do they do mushrooms? What do they do over there during the Diwali holiday? A lot of bells, a lot of gold, a lot of hats.
A lot of women, yes.
Yeah.
Party
belly dancers.
Yes, exactly. With their little hand symbols. Yeah, they got all that going. It's pretty exciting.
Now I'm hearing your voice twice. Oh, my Lord.
What do you mean? Turn off the YouTube feed.
I don't know what the heck is going on. All right, I'm back.
What?
Wow.
You just made it even worse.
I didn't know that was possible.
Why were you listening to YouTube at the same time we're on the show?
I had the chat open, but then another window opened somehow.
Oh, boy, I don't believe any of this. I'm going to stop Dave for the whole train.
Where were we before we run out of time?
Want me to start over with the intro?
No.
Okay. You're talking about the app. You're talking about overlaying. You were talking about them partying in the streets. You sent him a message, but he hasn't got back to you because he's partying in the streets.
Yeah, so that he's coming back on the 4th. That gives me 9 days to get it implemented before the conference, and I think we can do it. I really do. But one thing is, I'm going to tell people now. Right now, the weather on your app, on the face of your app, only gets updated once every 24 hours. So that'll give you, shows you the high and low. That's pretty good for, you don't really need that updated every short amount of time. And the reason for that is it costs money anytime it fetches the data, and it just costs too much to do. But if you want the real weather, just click the weather and it brings you to the Dark Sky, which has the best weather on the web. So that's free. But if this is going to be probably an in-app purchase, which is going to be, I think the price is going to be $1.99 a year, okay? And you'll get those 3 weather map overlays, and it'll also unlock your weather, so it updates. The screen weather will update every hour.
All right.
So for those people that want it, it'll be great. And if there's a way I can do it where it doesn't ping the data that much, I'll do it for free, but I have to talk to the developer first.
Sounds exciting. I can't wait. Hopefully
it's going to be a really great upgrade to the app. So for those of you that don't know, we're talking about the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac clock app, but I would think that everybody listening to the show already has it.
I would think so too. Speaking of that, I saw that you flat smacked in an Apple store. That's great.
That was fun. Thanks for playing that on Glowbusters, and then I made a video out of it. So,
yeah, I had to show Miss him. How about this?
I should have done it because as I walk by the Apple HomePods, I tell it to play the Flat Earth podcast on my way out the door.
Oh, have you ever checked? Did Alexa ever fix herself?
Alexa didn't fix herself, but Siri worked, and then Siri stopped working and did the same thing Alexa did, or something similar. So,
checked that recently. I should check it, see what she does. But she always would bring up something else that would never be. She would repeat it. She would say, playing the Flat Earth podcast.
But she did it. She did it originally. Remember?
Yeah, that's how I used to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for the app, Dave. We love it. So,
Jeran, I have a question for you.
I'm ready.
You must have been asked, unless you haven't seen the question yet. For your VIP speaker dinner, did you choose chicken, beef, or vegan?
I chose steak.
You chose steak?
Yeah. I chose beef.
Okay, just curious.
Because I'm guessing it'll be a good steak. But
I'm guessing so too. I was like, you know what? I might be in the mood for a nice vegan meal, but then I'm like, I got Owen sitting next to me. He'll think I'm weak. Actually, Robbie pointed that out to me. So you can have Owen next to you. You're gonna eat a vegan meal next to Owen. I'm like,
So you changed it?
I may have.
You may have gone with steak.
Maybe.
It won't kill you. I'll tell you that much.
I hear you. I don't want to get into the whole vegan steak thing.
No, to each their own. Whatever makes you feel healthy and thin and vibrant is what you should go with. That's
right.
So whatever that takes, and it should be probably a lot more vegetables than meat. But hey, it's up to you. Like I said, it could be anything. So we did mention on Globebusters yesterday that Curious Life is back. So make sure you subscribe to him. I see him dropping videos pretty much every day now. So he's got some old uploads coming back. So it's great to have him back. That's Kirk. He's former Globebuster member. We had a new show debut on Friday on my channel that went much better than this radio show. But it was myself, Bob, Iru, and Rodrigo Ferrari Nunez just having a little chit chat. That show should continue. And number 2 episode will be this coming Friday. Again, that's at 12 noon Pacific. And I don't know who will be on the show. Could be David. David might pop in. Maybe not.
I was going to pop in, but you guys had a kind of a full house, and it was just, I don't think it was necessary.
No, we had a good time. I don't know what's too many people for a hangout like that, but at the same time, I love as many people as possible, and it's just something to talk about. I have so many questions about, what people. I'll ask Dave. Dave, do you believe that people can live without eating?
No way.
No? Yeah,
no chance.
Well, that guy that they say is like 70, I don't know, he's lived for 70 years without eating or drinking, and then they didn't believe him, so they put him in some sort of glass tank or enclosure and then he was like in there for like 12 days and didn't eat or drink. And they just
love it.
They just ended the study. And so I don't know, things like that, whether or not we can actually see atoms. So we just want to have conversations like that. So it's going to be a fun show.
We're going to get eaten by the silent music and you forgot to play the song.
Unbelievable. We'll play it when we get back because we've only got 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. I wonder if the music will come on. We'll have to wait and see. Did you see your favorite PSYOP man Dan get handled by Kent Hovind?
I did see that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He did a good job.
Yeah, I like Kent. Obviously we have different opinions on some things, but for the most part, when he's talking about evolution, I'm not sure there's anybody I'd rather have talk about it.
Right. He's still 100% Globe, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah. And
why is that? How come he cannot see it?
Oh, man. I don't know. I ask that question a lot about everybody, and I don't know what the real reason is, but you'll notice what the media is doing now is just including it in every article. You have Flat Earth set up on your Google Alerts?
I do.
Do you notice it increasing, and it's now just whenever they want to talk bad about somebody, it's just constant. So much more. It was never mentioned 2 or 3 years ago when I had alerts on. I would go days without an alert. Now I get 5 or 6 alerts a day. And it's always just because Flat Earth is put into some sort of derogatory statement at some point in a conversation or at some point in an article. Somebody says, "Oh, that's akin to Flat Earthers," and that's akin to that's all they use it for. It was in SNL, right? Saturday Night Live is constantly using it now. They did a space. Did you see that space thing I sent you?
Which one?
Space accidents.
Oh yeah, that was. What was it? What was that? Was that a parody?
No, just one of their stupid movie promos. I don't know. It's just SNL. It used to be funny.
Oh, it was SNL. It was a skit.
Yeah, it was a skit on SNL.
Okay.
Pretty funny.
They're obsessed. They're obsessed with.
Right, and I talked about the World Series. The World Series is obsessed with pushing Apollo into our faces. And see, now I didn't hear any break music. Did you?
No, we didn't. But we're still live on YouTube, so we got 193 people there. So let's just talk through the break and play the music at exactly the top of the hour.
Right. So we're at break right now.
Are we?
On TFR, I have no idea. But we can't talk through the commercial.
Oh, are we talking through the commercial?
Yeah, I think
commercial?
I think so.
Let's talk to the commercial. Come on, what are they going to do? Arrest us?
I don't know.
We'll go to Flat Earth jail?
Won't sound very good.
Well, that'll teach people.
Yeah, we'll say, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, by the way, we're not hearing any sound on Skype for TFR. So we have no idea that we're on commercial right now, but I'm sure that we are. Let's see if somebody in the chat says we're talking over the commercial or if they can't hear us.
Put on TFR.
Now, somebody else here says we don't hear commercials. And the next person says loud and clear. The next person says no commercial. Next person says is no commercial.
I don't think on YouTube they're hearing what we're hearing.
Which is nothing.
Right.
Okay, so somebody in the TFR chat, that is no voter ID or Alan Holman or Mindflux or Earthplane, just us. This is great. We are the first time on TFR that we have somehow overridden any commercials. Ad-free, baby. How about that? Woo! All right, there's no commercials tonight. How about that? So I guess I can play the song, right? Jason Campbell. Everybody's shocked. Jason Campbell just.
We're on TFR. It's all right. There's no commercials. We're on TFR.
Yeah. The first ever. Not only are we the number one show on TFR,
we're commercial free.
We're commercial free.
This is fantastic. Wow.
This is great stuff. It just turned into the best show.
Wow.
Classic. Somebody just asked me if I mind doing something during the break. Well, there is no break. So how about that?
When am I going to pay?
I know. It's crazy. We'll have to, I don't know. We'll do something. So should we play the song now or I don't know.
Sure. Play it now. No commercials.
What difference does it make?
Fire in the hole.
So this is a song that we're going to be playing that Adam Meakin made.
Now tell everybody who Adam Meakin is if they don't know.
He's from Iron Realm Media.
Okay.
Met him many times, but Amsterdam, I was hanging out with him. And but he's a great guy, or talked to him many times. I don't know if I've met him many times. Let me scroll down here and find it. There it is. Adam, you can now donate to the Globe Live Euro Tour on my behalf.
$25 as agreed.
$25 as agreed to by David and myself. We'll see how far we can go with this. Here we go. To make sure you can hear it, Dave. Do you hear that?
I hear it.
Okay, good. We got something right tonight. Here we go.
Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. I mean, science, as you know, operates on multiple levels of explanation, and often we speak in an approximate way to kind of make progress and understand phenomena that we observe, even though we kind of know deep down it doesn't quite work that way. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. We can and do, and we must think of Newtonian gravity as a force. That doesn't mean it really is, but we don't necessarily need to work at the really is level. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. For understanding projectile motion, when you throw a baseball, when you or calculate the orbit of the moon or a satellite. It works extremely well, and it's only really the fundamental physicist who's trying to understand the causes of things that really begins to question that picture. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. I mean, science, as you know, operates on multiple levels of explanation, and often we speak in an approximate way to kind of make progress and understand phenomena that we observe, even though we kind of know deep down it doesn't quite work that way. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. We can and do, and we must think of Newtonian gravity as a force. That doesn't mean it really is, but we don't necessarily need to work at the really is level. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force.
Everybody, that was Adam Meakin, who put together that little.
Something was wrong with the Skype or something, because it was just like on and off, and it was very distorted.
Was it just repeating itself over and over again?
It was just like it was skipping, and it was. I can only hear every other note, I think.
Oh, well, if you would have heard it, you would have thought it was great. But it was George.
I heard it. It was very different and very interesting.
Dave, did you get a chance to go pee during that? That's what I
no, I didn't. I couldn't miss a note.
We did get a super chat from Lumberjack, who is awesome. Thank you very much, Lumberjack, for the $19.99. He put, thanks, Jeran. Well, thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed that little musical piece. I'm not sure where you can find it. You'll have to get in touch with the Adam Meakin, and he will let you know. And Adam, thank you for the donation on my behalf for the Globe Light Tour.
I got a nice note from somebody today saying that he woke up by listening to me and Owen when I was on Owen, and then he's been listening to Owen for a while, and it changed his life, and he it's just completely changed his life, and he started making music again. He wrote a song, a Flat Earth song. It was pretty good, and it was just a really nice note. So I'm getting notes like that all the time about people that are waking up. I don't know how many more people can wake up before everyone wakes up. How's that?
Say it again.
I said, I don't know how. I mean, there's so many people are waking up. We're gonna hit. It's increasing more and more. It's crazy about the amount of messages I get. So,
it's ridiculous.
I think that we're literally at that geometric progression tipping point. Any day now.
Well, I think we're getting close, but like I said, the media is going to start to get even worse. They have to continue to put Flat Earth in a bad light. I don't think that they've gone real drastic yet on that, so I still think we have that coming. I did have Flathead Politics ask me in the Skype chat. He says, is DIRTH looking for a free weather API just to show user location-based temperatures based on their user location?
Sure. If you want to send me one, info@theflatearthpodcast.com. But I've looked at them all, and what I want though is the Dark Sky Flat Earth page. So go to darksky.net or .com, whatever it is, /Flat Earth, and it's all right there.
All right. I did see Earthplane says, do I need to take E to listen to this, talking about Adam Meekin's song? I'm sure. Might need to.
Listen, if you're going to put a song out like that, you're going to have to understand there's going to be a lot of criticisms from a lot of different angles. I can appreciate a song like that, but it wasn't what I was expecting.
Were you expecting a rap or something?
I'm not sure what I was expecting, actually. That was it stuck in my head, I'll tell you that.
It did. I'm kind of rocking out right here as I sit here, just a little sway back and forth going. Dave, did you hear that Avir Wazir Baghdadi's dead again?
Really?
I have to take place of the commercials.
Wait, didn't he just grow potatoes on Mars?
No, but he did die in 2017. It was already reported that he died, but it's now been reported again that he's dead. And you know how they knew it was him? Because they did a 15-minute DNA test. So it's very believable, if you ask me. Very believable. Yeah, RT is reporting that they doubt it. For a good video on that, go to Lift the Veil. Nathan Stolman always does great work on, and he's got a website. So I'm not sure. I believe it's lifttheveil411.com. I could be completely wrong on that. Do a little search, watch his video, and head over there and become a member. It's something like $5 a month for all of his Grabble-free streams. So anyway,
awesome.
Love to help out Nathan. He was very kind to bring me a donut and a cookie one time ago. Delaware's in the house. Isaiah 4022 just donated $20 through Super Chat. So thank you very much for that. That's very much appreciated.
Yay, Delaware.
Woohoo, Delaware.
Woohoo, Delaware. You know what that's from, right? Come on.
That's Wayne's World.
Of course. Thank you. I'll be here all night without a break.
We're in Delaware. Yeah, we'll be here all night. We'll have to take turns. When I go to pee, then you'll take over the show. When you go,
I think I can make it to the end of the show.
Wow, that's impressive.
Thank you.
What a bladder on this guy. All right, so that's good. We do have Robbie Davidson calling in shortly. Dave, I really enjoyed the video you put together with Nathan Oakley. I think I played it on Thursday. So, did a stream.
Yeah. That was put together. That was a clip I took from Globe Live, and I just added a little more to it. But that was a fun explanation. Clock.
Should we listen to it again?
Sure, play it for those that haven't heard it and those that haven't memorized it.
Yeah, it's short and it's good. I still need to do some memorization of it. But I thought it was great. All right, let's listen to this. It's only 2 minutes. This is easier to listen to than the song, I think. Let's go.
Beautiful.
We've covered presupposed Earth radius, pressure without a container, angular resolution, perspective hijacking Earth curve. We've covered Boyle's law. We've covered diffraction limit. The one thing we haven't touched on was mirages. Give us the most ridiculous excuse of a mirage that you've had.
Well, the mirage is an interesting one because this is probably one of my favourite points to make as a flat earther, especially when someone says there's no proof of flat earth. So I'll give you an example. We'll use Ranty and one of his images. So he has a picture of a clock tower at about 20 miles at Barrow-in-Furness, and it's just a picture of a clock. Now, as a flat earther, I look at this picture and say, clock at 20 miles. That's the end of my explanation. As a flat earther, I can make that statement. I'll say it again. Clock at 20 miles. Now, if you're a fundamentalist religious zealot, then that's not a clock at 20 miles. That would be a slightly looming, non-standard refraction hyena holographic projection of a clock from behind the reified edge of a sphere based on an R value and a begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking curve calculator to turn a clock which seems to be there into a clock which is not actually there. That's what you have to assert if you're a globehead. So it's not a clock, it's a holographic projection of a clock from behind the reified edge of an Earth curve based on a begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking curve calculator. As opposed to me, that's a globehead explanation. I say clock, 20 miles.
You're the man, Nath. You are the man. I love the way it's the way you taste, the way you say it. It's the way you say it. It's just, you serve people like the Wimbledon final beautifully. It's poetry in motion.
I agree. It is poetry in motion. It's good to hear somebody out there thinking. Also, big congratulations to Nathan Oakley and the Flat Earth Debates. They did show number 1,000 this week.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's a lot of shows.
Yeah. Hey, that speech inspired me to follow in your footsteps, and I became a patron of Nathan Oakley's show.
Wow. Okay.
And nobody's noticed yet, but I donated. Now, you know how Nathan doesn't have a model, his whole thing, and I kind of have a model that I push, and there's a lot of controversy about that. But again, I push my model with, this is what we think it is. It's not exactly right, and the sun appears to go around, and those guys steer away from that, right?
Right.
So my donation amount was $7.22 in Patreon.
Okay.
Do you know why?
No, tell me.
Well, they like to invert things. 22/7. 22 divided by 7 is what?
3.14?
That's a circle.
Ah.
That's wizardry, my friend. That is pure wizardry.
That's impressive. So I don't think it's nearly as impressive as 1,000 shows, but it's pretty impressive. So anyway, we also got a super chat from Gunnar Hegg, who said, if we always knew we weren't on a ball, how much of our modern societal infrastructure and economy would even exist? Sidewalks, cars, stock markets. Man, a lot that wouldn't.
Robbie's on hold.
Okay, is Robbie ready?
He might be on the wrong number. Is it the only the 3998 number, or is it the 7117 number?
No, I see him. He's on.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, it says Robert. Never thought of him as a Robert before. Kind of makes him seem weird now. Robert, you're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. What's up?
What's up, Robert?
How's it going, gentlemen?
I'm going to call you that the entire time.
Hey, just wanted to mention that I just got done speaking with Owen, and he chose beef. So good choice there, Dave. Good choice.
Thank you.
I'm just teasing. It's all good. There's lots of vegans and chicken and beef, so everyone's gonna have a good time at the VIP speaker dinner. So
the beef is grass-fed beef, so the cow is a vegan, right?
I believe it'll be Texan beef too.
Yeah, but cows are vegans, so there's something to it.
That's right.
They also eat
there we go. So yeah, I wanted to call, and we're down to 16 days. I think you had 15 because you're going to be arriving there on the Wednesday. So I think your countdown clock is for 15 days. Is that correct, Dave?
That is correct. I'm getting there a day early in the morning, and I plan on doing a good day of activism.
Well, I just wanted to mention people that aren't able to get to Dallas this year, sign up for the live stream. We will be streaming both stages this year, something brand new. And you'll be able to flip back and forth, whatever you want to watch. Both stages will be live streamed, and you can sign up at fe2019.com. But sign up for the live stream. It's going to be really, really good production. Really excited about everything that we've got planned. And I guess I could go through, if you guys don't mind, I can go through all the speakers and just kind of go through kind of the sessions that are planned.
Sure. I have a question real quick. So
is that cool?
You'll be able to do two streams on one channel? Is that what you're saying?
We're doing two streams, so you'll be able to flip back and forth. So if you want to watch a workshop or you want to watch a main stage, and then all that stuff will be available afterwards as well. So we will be running, two simultaneous live streams.
Very cool. Yeah, go through the list.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'll just go through the list. We got Rob Skiba. We got Daryl Marble, Owen Benjamin. We got that guy named David Weiss. He's been doing a lot of crazy stuff these days. We got Matt Long, Mark Sargent. That guy named Jeran Campanella. I think many people listening have heard of him. And we got Bob Nodell. We got Nathan Thompson, Shelley Lewis, Zen Garcia, Jared Cressman, Nate Wolf, Paul on the Plane, Rick Hummer, Cami Nodell, Nathan Reynolds, Iro Landucci, Noel J. Hadley, Jason Lindgren from Crow 777. We got Zach Isabella. We got Taboo Conspiracy. And I'll tell you a little bit more about talking to Ben today. We've got something arranged that's really cool. Dave Marsh, Chris Bailey, and Michael Solomon. So altogether, there'll be 26 speakers this year at the Flat Earth International Conference in Dallas. So really excited about that. So, and got all the Globebusters together again, which is really cool. I'm really excited about seeing all of you guys again. But yeah, Ben is actually going to be doing a workshop. We just finalized everything today, so he's going to be doing a special workshop, probably doing something along the lines of what he did with our Flat Earth Journey. He's going to be adding some new stuff in there, but yeah, he's been just hitting it out of the park for sure.
Robbie, are there any VIP tickets left? Not that you need one, but if you wanted one, are there any left?
There is, I think, last I looked, there's about 12 VIP tickets left, and then it will be sold out completely. Yes.
If somebody is deciding,
just a few left, they're going
if
fast.
somebody's deciding in the 11th hour, hey, I need to go to this conference. I realize, oh my God, I have to go. What's the deal with the hotels? Where do they stay? Where is the hotel booked up? Are there other hotels close by? What do you recommend?
The hotel pretty much is completely booked up. I mean, they might be able to get like a Wednesday or Thursday. Friday's completely sold out. There's no guarantees. There's a bunch of hotels around the venue as well. You can look into Airbnbs and other, accommodations. But as it stands right now, I believe the hotel is sold out.
Right, and if it's your first time going, if you had a hotel that was 10 miles down the road, you go to the hotel, you sleep, you come back, you spend the whole day there. You're not going to want to go back to the hotel anyway, so just find something in the area.
That's right. Yeah, there'll be a ton of stuff going on. So like the Wednesday, we're meeting up in the afternoon, and I believe there's going to be a lot of activism going on, Dave. Maybe you can kind of talk a little bit more about that because you're kind of spearheading the whole thing at the mall as far as signs and that type of thing. We're going to have early registration happening on the Wednesday. This is the 13th of November, starting at 3 p.m. As well, we've got the VIP speaker reception that happens at 7 p.m. That evening. So if you want to get early registration, I would advise you to do so. It will be mayhem the next morning. And registration starts at 7 a.m. on the Thursday, November 14th. So I would advise everyone to, if you can, and if you're there early, get registered. It will just cut down the lines and just getting in. But doors open at 8 a.m. The conference kicks off at 8:30. That's November the 14th.
Will there be some special surprises?
I'm not one for special surprises like last year. I mean, pretty much is out in the open. There might be some good surprises, but David Weiss will be the one to take the blame for that if anything goes awry.
Hey, I'm taking full blame. People say that guy's a shill. No, he's not. Did you know that this is a little fact that Paige told me today? Do you know when that whose name shall not be mentioned from last year, his birthday is?
Mm-hmm.
You do know?
No.
April 1st.
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Isn't that bizarre?
Sometimes I think God
that is bizarre.
Jokes for everyone.
And for the record, just because some people still ask me, is Logan Paul coming to the conference? No, he is not.
Okay.
I still get people asking.
Is
so
Alex
he
Jones
will not be.
Yeah. Okay.
Is Alex Jones coming?
That'd be up to. I mean, you would have to decide that as far as what you think. I mean, is there a chance, Dave? What do you think?
Is there a ticket and perhaps in his name?
Well, you've already said it on a bunch of broadcasts, so I do know that some of his producers are pretty hardcore flat earthers. So there's a good chance that they're working on Alex to come. And I think just based on what I'm hearing that, he's going down the rabbit hole. So I think that he would come respectfully. And again, they're not coming as media. That's one thing I want to point out is the people that are coming with Alex Jones's team are not coming as media. They're coming personally. So they're coming
personally, but I'm sure they're gonna get some stuff to record. But they're all they're into flat Earth, and the amount that Alex is looking into flat Earth right now, if he came, I think his mind would be blown. I think that he would be a great guest at the show. I was a little nervous when he said he was coming. I think there's a 25% chance he comes.
I'm blown away, though. Like, just say hypothetically, Alex Jones just came out 100% flat earther, had you, Jeran, all sorts of people on his shows going forward. Do you know how quickly the respect for Alex Jones would change in the blink of an eye? Just by doing that one thing. I thought about it because, Alex Jones is considered a shill and all this stuff. I mean, people really don't talk highly. All he would have to do is that one thing in the flat earth community, and I would say a good 80% of people would be like, wow.
No, when you say 80% of people, you mean an 80% of flat earthers, because when you become a flat earther, you don't.
That's what I'm saying. 80% of flat earthers. 80% of flat earthers would instantly change their mind on Alex if he did that going forward.
Right. media would just have a little bit extra on him, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. Yeah. I'm sure he doesn't care, though. He's already blackballed from pretty much everywhere, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I mean, he really doesn't have many platforms to like really appeal to anyone or play nice, really, if you think about it.
No. I would think that he would look into it a little deeper than he has, but he's got a lot going on with the cameras in the trees and everything else.
Has he lost his PayPal? Does anyone know?
Oh yeah, a long time ago. Yeah,
long time ago. So does he have a Patreon? Do you know? Because I know Patreon, like they're yanking accounts left, right, and center right now.
That's what I heard, but no, I don't think he does. At least as far as I know, I don't know how he survives other than boner pills. But
yeah, exactly, I can't believe Dave on the Procast and he said that actually live.
That was hilarious.
That was friggin' funny.
I thought that
was really funny.
It's not to be said on the show, but Dave just goes on there and just says it.
Only Dave, though. Only Dave. Seriously, if anyone he could have had on in the Flat Earth community, only Dave would say something like that. Like, seriously.
It was pretty good, Dave.
It needed to be
So
said.
funny.
I'm sorry. It needed to be said.
But no, it's gonna be a great time. I'm excited, obviously, to see everyone. Like I say, with the conference, the biggest part of the conference is just the community, the friendships. Is the people. It's really not about the speakers and the sessions. That's really just one component of the conference. It's just so amazing to be with hundreds and hundreds, of people that are like-minded and just having those friendships. Sometimes it can feel so isolated, being not just in Flat Earth, but any type of truther circles. And it's really refreshing when you get around a lot of people that are like-minded and just, having a great time.
Robbie, that's what I say, that the biggest part of it was just meeting all those people, making new friends. Because when you become a flat earther, you lose a lot with the relationships that you have with people that are unwilling to look at any truth. And you have less in common with them. When I met somebody close, just on Zoom Truth on the Flat Earth Friend Finder. If anyone's not on that, you got to get on it. ZoomTruth.com. I just found some people close by. The girl Victoria over in Long Island, directly across the water from me. We've been, I only met her once at the Crow event, but it's just nice having somebody that is awake close by. There's something about it. So, find people near you, because one flat earther by himself is, can do a little bit of damage to the globe, but two flat earthers together can do a ton of damage to the globe. So when you have, an ally with you, or 5 people, get them together, think how much braver you'll be, how much more outspoken you'll be. You got to get together with other flat earthers, and that's one of the big things that the conference does.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. It does so many amazing things. It's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. This year, like I said, I think when the doors open and everyone sees, the stage and everything this year, I think they're going to be blown away. It definitely is a step up from previous years, and really making sure that this one is incredibly spectacular in every shape. So I'm really excited. Like I said, a lot of the components are coming together, and we're just over 2 weeks out now. And it's a really exciting time of year. November just seems like it was yesterday when we're doing the very first one there in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like very long ago, I'll tell you that much. But, Gary John also...
Yeah, it doesn't.
Gary John also mentioned to me today that I think he's going to have some sort of a tip jar there for people who want to assist with the GlobeLi Euro Tour. So I know we already mentioned that, and people can click all those links. But if they are going to the conference, bring a few extra dollars to drop in that tip jar, and Gary's going to take that back to the GlobeLi Tour. So thanks, Gary, for doing that, and more ways for people to donate. Sometimes it's easier when you've got $3-4 in your pocket rather than having to go to PayPal and do all that, or go to GoFundMe or those things. So very cool that you're allowing him to do that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic what they're doing on the activism front, in the UK, and just with their tour. And I guess I was on Globebusters. They Bob announced at the end that I guess there's plans in works for the US, kind of the similar type of thing. So that'll be really exciting, especially when you can get out on the street. Yeah.
Starting to talk about that. Very cool. We are in the break. We're going forward. So thank you very much, by the way, Rob, for letting me know about the Osmo 3, because I've been telling people that I'm going to try and do a little bit more of some interviews this conference. I want to talk to some people and actually get some of their opinions on Flat Earth, and then get those on my channel. And I talked to you about ideas, and you introduced me to the Osmo 3, which I went ahead and purchased. So I like it. It looks like it'll be exactly what I need to get some better filmmaking quality But that Osmo Pocket is.
I'm sure you will.
I told David, check out the Osmo.
Yeah, yeah.
That thing's pretty cool. I know Dave likes his DJI stuff, so. Yeah,
DJI makes some solid equipment for sure. You can't go wrong with DJI.
So yeah,
especially with their gimbals and the stabilization.
Yeah, the gimbal is unbelievable. Really, just awesome, and some of the stuff that comes with the Osmo 3. But I think it's exciting that there's going to be the crowd there again. I mean, that's what we all go for. I think is getting together with 600 other flat earthers or 700 or whatever the number ends up being, and just having a great time and hanging out, and some of the late nights with Eru playing guitar, or it's going to be fantastic. So I can't wait.
Yeah, to talking to Eru, and he's sending over a lot of the animations for the video screens, and he'll be there with Linda, and it'll just be great. Like I said, it's the one time a year that pretty much almost everyone gets together, especially with all the main speakers and just the community itself. They come out and hundreds and hundreds, and again, the media presence will be fierce as well too. There'll be a lot of media there as well. So and again, it's always a great opportunity to just get it out there in the public ear. And again, like I said, good, bad, and neutral. I think, when it comes to the media, the important part for me and in my interviews, I like to educate and say, listen, this is what we don't believe. And, it's got into some interviews. So I think that, that's what we all have to understand sometimes when we get in front of the camera. Let's just tell them what we don't believe, like, that we're not a flying pancake in space, or that we can't fall over the edge, or we're not part of the Flat Earth Society. I think it will take, a few more years for that transition to take place, where people don't associate the majority of the modern day flat earthers with the Flat Earth Society. But it takes some time, but I think slowly but surely the media is starting to pick that up.
I totally agree. Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else about the conference that people would need to know, but it sounds like, how many VIP left, you said?
About 12.
About 12. Okay. So get them while they're hot.
I think it was 12 last time I looked. So there's 12 VIP tickets left. Obviously, there'll be lots of general admission, so there's no worry. That's not going to sell out. It's a very large venue. And Rick Hummer and John Gabrielson, my conference director, went and checked out the venue about a month and a half ago, and they said it was one of the nicest venues they've ever seen in their life. It's absolutely incredible. So I'm happy with picking the venue I did without even seeing it, but they basically said that it is something to behold as far as just the hotel, the venue, even the stage that will be presented. It's going to be pretty incredible.
So, now we have what? We have a commercial break. What is that? Oh, now we're back.
10,
nope.
9,
that's the
ignition sequence start.
Screwed.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not to get off track here, but I feel like we're in the Truman Show, and we're in a snow globe, and they just shook it up.
Welcome to reality.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Raw with... That was supposed to do?
Was that you?
That was me.
I thought it was like playing the show that you ghosted. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is really bad. Rob, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, good. I had to cut the sound from the YouTube. Oh man, there's so many problems. By the way, folks,
did TFR set the daylight savings time a week early?
That could be it. Why is it not? Is it next week?
It's this coming Saturday. But I think they would have noticed that.
They would have noticed by now. But that is weird.
Are we in the future?
We're in the past. The show.
We're in the past. Very cool.
It's 6:01 p.m. Pacific time for some reason. I don't know. So I hope people understand that's not our mistake. Nobody's making a mistake because we're on TFR and that intro plays automatically when the show starts. Now, why it played an hour later, I have no idea. I can't.
This will go down as probably one of the most unique shows. You might get an award for this one, Jeran.
You get the Globebusters Award.
Yeah, this is the worst show.
The Globebusters Award.
All right. All right. So any final words, Robbie, before we let you go and move on to phone calls and all that fun stuff?
Wait, before Robbie goes, let's just quickly talk about the activism. So people are arriving at all different times throughout the day. And there's a park, or not a park, a mall, which is a short walk from the conference center. So everybody come, get yourself settled, put your stuff away, and then just meet in the lobby, and packs of people are going to walk over and find a good spot to do activism. They may end up just doing it on the way. It could manifest organically. But one of the things on activism is you have stuff to hand out. You have flyers to hand out. So if you have flyers, bring flyers. If you have a banner or something, bring banners, bring signs. Have pre-made, fold them up, stick them in your baggage, and just bring stuff so we can kind of make a scene so people can see it and like, hey, what's this about? And then talk intelligently. Bring your iPads if you have an iPad.
If you have balloons, bring balloons. If you have balloons, bring them.
We have balloons. We're going to need somebody that has a car there to put the helium tank in to take it over to where we're going, and that'll be easy. There'll be a bunch of cars. So if you want to just come and hand out balloons, that'll be fun also. We got flat Earth balloons. The balloons curve, but the Earth doesn't.
I love it. It's great. Karen B came up with that, right?
She did, off the cuff.
That's awesome. It's great. Yeah, I love it. Super awesome. So yeah, no, I guess just in closing, check out all the information at flatearthconference.com or fe2019.com. Either URL will get you the same information. And if you can't get to Dallas, make sure that you sign up for the live stream. We'll be live streaming both stages this year. $40 gives you the entire conference, including Owen Benjamin, the Flat Earth Video Awards, and all the sessions and all the speakers. So it's a great value, and you'll have that, for months to come. So it will actually be put as a video form after the live stream is finished. So I would just recommend people to check it all out. It's going to be great. And then Jeran's going to be kind of doing somewhat of a documentary. Is that the plan, Jeran?
Yeah, just doing a little bit of filming and trying to get people's opinions of Flat Earth and just kind of doing a more favorable I guess you can call it a documentary. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm just going to be filming a lot more and trying to put all that together.
So, hey, Scuba Dracula says he's bringing the world famous flag that he has. Don't know what that is. Hope it's good. It's got to hold up to that expectation. It better be good, my friend. Otherwise, I'm like, that's the world famous flag, and I'm just going to shame you.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure it will be a great flag. If he called it an epic flag, it's
called it a world.
The conference is going to be epic.
World famous flag.
Oh, world famous. Oh, the world famous flag. Okay, so, gotcha.
Yeah. So
right. Well, this is definitely a world changing event. So it's good to bring that type of flag to a world changing event such as FEIC 2019. It's going to be great. Looking forward to seeing everyone and.
If somebody you're looking for an idea and you're like, you don't want to bring a big poster board on an airplane with you, get a white bed sheet, mark it up, with big letters, Earth is flat, whatever you want to write, but make it big, fold it up, put it in your luggage. You bring that, we can lay that out on the sidewalk. You could pin it up on a side of a building, on a fence. It'll be amazing. Amazing. Bring anything. Just be creative.
And one last thing, too, because there was a bunch of people kind of asking about, security. We're going to have top security as well. We're going to have uniformed police officers on site. So if there's anyone trying to cause issues or make trouble at all at the event, they'll be dealt with pretty quickly. So I just wanted to mention that because some people had some concerns about some rumors they were hearing. And like I said, we're on top of it and we're not worried. We get this every year, but it goes off without a hitch.
Nothing ever happens.
Nope. We're on top of it all. So we're obviously being careful and just making sure that things are brought to light. But we're definitely confident in everything, and everyone's going to have a great time. So there's no security concerns, and you're definitely safe there. Some people were asking, well, is it safe? And it will be more than safe, and it's going to be an exciting time. So look forward to seeing everyone in Dallas, Texas, in 16 days. I guess 15 days if you're coming in on Wednesday.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot for calling in, Robbie.
Thanks so much for having me on, guys. Take care. We'll talk soon.
All right, Robbie. See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, that was fun.
Yeah, good times.
You know what's coming out in 10 days is Vaxxed 2. I don't know if you knew that.
That's exciting.
Well, it is if you're in that movement. But definitely check it out. It has a lot of people's firsthand experiences and things like that. I saw that today. Did we talk about the Satelloon crash
in Michigan?
Yeah.
Somebody sent me a meme of Buzz Aldrin pulling his shirt open with the Mars logo on it, but it says we have to get to Michigan, and it says Michigan on it.
That's funny.
It's pretty good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
You also did a few more sun fade out videos this week.
I did. I did a couple live streams.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What did you think with Paige doing a live stream? She actually liked it. She's that was her premiere.
Does she want to join us on Raw?
I always ask her, and she always says no.
Well, she did an excellent job of retrieving the drone. I can't imagine anything more scary, but if it was me, that thing would have gone in. Okay, I didn't hear your show open. Sorry, I'm reading Sky. This is what happens when I try to do too many things. People at TFR are talking to me, trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this show. But I don't know. We're still on YouTube. I guess I'm going to dump that feed here shortly. So to everyone listening on YouTube, we appreciate it very much. But we're going to be taking phone calls now, and you never know what kind of phone calls are going to come in. So to protect the channel, we're going to go ahead and dump this stream. So thank you guys for joining us there. If you want to follow us, I don't know if anybody's carrying hour number 2. If they are, you can click a link. It'll be in the chat. If they are not, just simply go to tfrlive.com and then click listen live, and you will find us there for the remainder of the show. Sound good? All right. Sounds excellent. Thanks, guys. Peace. All right. And we're back. All right, Dave, anything else you want to talk about before we get to phone calls? I'm closing down this stream here.
I just got confirmation that Scuba's flag is world famous.
His flag is world famous?
I see a picture of it, and I even like his shirt. I'm assuming that's him holding the flag, and it's world famous. Basically, it says research flat Earth, question everything, assume nothing.
Fantastic. It's the same flag he had with him in Amsterdam.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's great.
Does he have red hair?
Yes.
So he has no soul.
No, that's not true.
That's not true? That's a rumor, like the spinning water in different hemispheres?
Yeah, it's the same thing. They taught us lies. I'm sure Ginger Sugarbush wouldn't be very happy with that comment either, if we're really talking about it. What is wrong with my dog? She's barking like crazy. Man, this is a fantastic show tonight. I just have to say so myself. It's very good. Yeah, Lucky, thank you very much for listening to the show. I'm not sure what's happening either. We haven't had any ads. We had no intro, but we had an intro at the 7 o'clock time. So I'm not sure if the time was changed incorrectly or what's going on with the system.
I think that maybe TFR won't even kick us off at the end of this hour, and we could just hijack the next show.
We're gonna
let the new people on.
We might do another show.
Yeah.
Dave, can you take the helm for 2 seconds while I go close my back door? Because my dog barks.
Me to take the helm.
Take the helm for 2 minutes.
Not even in the middle of a conversation.
Okay, what do we talk? If you don't mind hearing my dog bark in the background, everything's good.
I don't mind hearing your dog bark.
Okay.
Don't leave me alone, Jeran. I can't do this alone.
It's not that difficult, really. I can give you a topic to talk about, but I don't really have one. No, we were going to get to phone calls. That's coming up, as we mentioned. But please check out FE 2019, and a thank you to Robbie for coming on with us. We do appreciate that. Did you see allegedly Dave on Macedonian TV again?
Did I see that, or did I mirror it on my app the other day? It was fantastic. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's really great.
It started off, and it was like he was talking in what language is that? Macedonian.
Yeah.
Is that what they speak in Macedonia? Macedonian. That's like in Brazil, they speak Brazilian.
Jeez, I'm getting text messages from people telling me that TFR is broken. I don't know what's going on. Sorry. I should learn to put the phone down. Yeah, it was great. I think having him on again was awesome. You did the whole video on your channel? What do you mean?
Well, I put it so whenever
the app.
If I could speak, when I put stuff on the app, it has to have a thumbnail that's readable because people complain and it's they look at it. You need a good thumbnail. So if a video that I want to put on the app doesn't have a good thumbnail and the person, I don't have contact with that person or they're unwilling to put up a thumbnail, I just mirror it on the app channel. I have the Flat Earth Clock YouTube channel, and I put a good thumbnail on it, and then I mirror it and I link it back to the original video.
Fantastic. So people should check that out. Hopefully somebody drops a link. I don't know who's carrying this show, but
if you just go to the app and click the archive, and it's a few videos back. It's right there.
Yeah, you're acting like everybody in the world has the app.
Everyone in the world has the app, Jeran.
Everyone in the world should have the app.
Yeah. Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. It's the way around YouTube censorship.
Oh boy.
And if you're talking to somebody about Flat Earth and they're asking questions and you're trying to explain it, you break out the app and you get that. Oh, that's how it works. And it was worth the $2.99 right there.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I showed it to some people at a recent holiday at Mom's house, and I got that look where, people had heard about Flat Earth, kind of dismissed it. This time, all of a sudden, they were looking and like, oh, I get it. So they had heard about the edge. They'd heard about it. None of that made any sense to them. And all of a sudden, it started to click once they saw the app. So I think it's great. It's just fun to look at. Let's put it that way.
I appreciate that. I marvel at it when I see it. I can't believe I made it.
I know. I say that all the time. If I was looking at it, I made that.
Big shout out to alleged friends of Yahweh, Andrew Lanks. He did a lot of the graphics. So I'm just the organizer. I didn't do the graphics. I didn't do the programming. I just came up with the idea and the plan to get it done.
Now you just made me think. I thought Andrew had something that he was supposed to come out with soon.
Oh, Andrew's coming out with... You know what epic rap battles are? I didn't even know what they were before he turned me onto them.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. He's got an epic rap battle with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and it's a Flat Earth, Globe Earth. He's been working on it for a year. Okay.
How much did you bet on the over? Because you're probably rich.
Oh, no. He said that he can have it done in 2 weeks, and I said, Andrew, you know that an Andrew 2 weeks is an Andrew 4 weeks. Is 4 weeks.
In Jeran time.
In Andrew time, it's 4 weeks. I literally think he's going to finish it the second day of the conference. And it's supposedly airing right before the award show or before Owen's show. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, see, that's the kind of special surprise I'm talking about. So I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah, no, it is so epic that, it's actually, I think it's over 10 minutes long. Which is forever. But it's I've got a few samples of it. There's some well-known people in there playing parts. You're going to be blown away. You know how professional he is, how meticulous with every single detail that he is.
Yeah, he's amazing.
It's insane how much effort he puts into this thing.
Yeah, I can't wait. I remember hearing that, but I didn't know he was going to be at the conference and
worth the price of a VIP ticket alone just to see that video.
That plus a selfie with David Weiss, I would agree with you. That is worth the price of admission.
Yep.
It's very good. All right, let's start with a couple phone calls. My dog has calmed down for the time being, so we'll move on. Let's go to the 304. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's up?
Hello, guys. You've already picked me up first call. I'll pass my call.
Oh, sorry about that. Talk to you soon or later. Or bye.
Jeran, you ever hear of a notepad? You can write down the phone numbers that you picked up.
It's not that easy. I'll have to show you the screen one time. I'll share the screen with you and you can see what the hell I'm looking at.
No, I'm out. Thank you.
Oh, you don't want to see it? All right. No, it's just like a list of people, but if you pick up the call and then you hang it up, they stay on that list. So,
understood.
Okay. Let's go to the 530. I recognize that area code. You're from California, right? You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw.
You all right, Jeran? It's William. Good evening, David and Jeran. Hey, so I got power back on. This is the second time we were without power for about 2 days.
How close are you to San Francisco, or how close are you to the fire?
About 2.5 hours, 3 hours away. But I actually live a lot closer to Paradise. And a couple of weeks ago, I went up there with somebody who lost their home and went through the wreckage and the carnage. And it was pretty eye-opening. It's, to me, I think it's pretty evident why that had to happen, because now they're turning off the power for no good reason here. So I don't know if you guys remember me calling a couple, I think it was last week, while the power was out 2 weeks ago. I met FE guy in the In-N-Out Burger, a town 2 towns north of me. So guess what happened this weekend? 1 town south of me.
You met another.
I met another, and and the funny thing is, I'm walking around listening. It's in a little park, and I'm hearing these 2 guys talk about. They're talking about Masonic lodges. So I'm like, there's my in, right? So I sit down, we talk, and before I know it, the other guy gets up, leaves, and turned out he was looking into the Bible now, and then he mentioned cosmology, and 2 hours later it's dark, and we just went, and then he found out that I met you twice at the meetup. He got all excited. He goes, you know Jeran? And I'm like, well, I don't know him, but I've met him and talked to him. So it's crazy. So that's 2 now, and that is just crazy. So David, I thought you would appreciate that.
Absolutely. And
Great.
People
how does it feel? How does it make you feel?
Well, I'm used to doing the gospel. I mean, people don't want to hear that. You know, if you mention God, the Bible, they get bent. And so it's no different, actually. It is such a parallel. That's why I know it's true. So, yeah, it feels good. Who knows? I might be doing my own meetup up here eventually. Who knows? So, yeah, I don't know if there's another 530, but evidently he listens to you. So I don't know if there's another 530 on the line, but I did not ask permission, so I will not give his name out. But if he's calling in and wants to talk, that'd be kind of cool.
Are you on ZoomTruth.com? Are you on the Flat Earth People Finder? Okay.
But David, I did
in and found anybody near you?
Right. Yeah, there was, but she was married, and I'm not going to go down that road ever again. So, so basically, I signed up when it first came online the first time after the cheesy one, and then it broke down, and I'm yet to go back on it. So, but the other thing is, it was a good show, Jeran. I listened to Globebusters today, and I just had one question about that satellite. So you see that satellite? It's a pretty big thing. It's got panels. It's got electronics. Now imagine that falling from a 10-story building, right? Crashing to the ground. And now imagine it dropping from the Empire State Building, hitting the ground, and then now from space. And that thing was not broke apart and demolished, and they said it was still working. So what in the hell do they think we're smoking?
I don't know. I think it came down with a parachute, though.
Yeah, there was a red parachute.
Really? Oh, okay. I didn't see that because it was on a small screen, and I was not watching it while I was driving. So
no problem.
All right. So anyway, it's pretty.
Go ahead, finish. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I got a million things I could talk about, but my mind goes so fast. All I know is that it's feeling great to be alive again. I mean, I've always been knowing the Lord and knowing there's a creator, but I'm so much bolder now, and life is crazy adventure, and it's fun, and that's all I can say. I don't know what else to say.
Are you coming to the conference?
I cannot, sir. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I got my model. I made it. It's awesome. And but maybe the next one. Maybe I'll do my own conference. Who knows?
One thing I wanted to ask Robbie too. I don't know if he's thinking of the next one, but if we keep moving to the west, we should be in California next year. But we'll see.
Pretty soon, right? I hope.
Like we went
can I do a really quick story? I had watched him. He did a video, and it moved me. And I looked at it and said, I wonder if this is his number. And I texted him, hey, are you Robbie Davison? And if it was him, he's like, why, who's this? And I got all nervous. And I was like, oh, man, he probably thinks I'm a weirdo. And so I just never answered back. And then I called. He never answered. So I felt a little dumb. But that was like a year ago. But I don't know. I would imagine sometimes they get bad calls, right? Bad phone calls.
Occasionally, when David Weiss puts my phone number on live streams. But
I did that once. Yes.
He did that once. And I got 11 phone calls the next 2 days.
And the last thing I would like to talk, it just really fast, is because I made that model with the 8 inches per mile squared, I found something, and I think I figured out the final step. And I would love to somehow get a hold of Rob Skiba, but I know it's like the vice president of FE. So I don't know if there's a way to get a hold of him. I love the Word of God. He's one of the people I've watched quite a bit, but not so much recently. And I just think he would appreciate what I found out because it has some biblical implications.
Does your phone number end in a 0?
It sure does.
Okay. So I have your phone number here. I will pass it to Rob. I can't promise he'll call you, but I'm just telling you I'll pass it along.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. So lastly, shout out to Rob Skiba, Owen Benjamin, Mark Sargent, Karen, Robbie, and just hang in there.
What about Ace McLeod?
It's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Ace McLeod.
Shout out to Ace. Sorry, and Michelle and Michelle Mishka, F.E. Mishka, and Doc Michael. All right, I'm out.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, big shout out to F.E. Mishka. I know that she's not going through the best of times, so shout out. We're thinking about you. Hope you're doing better, and hope to see you soon. Let's go. What?
Question.
Yes.
Michigan. Was it authentic or was it contrived?
Start again. You totally broke up, and nobody heard a word you said.
The satellite crash in Michigan. Is it authentic or is it contrived?
I don't know. I think that sometimes those might be balloons that they.
I don't know. I really don't know the answer. I mean, it kind of looks authentic. They filmed in portrait, though. That's suspect.
Suspicious. No, I think it's one of those balloons that goes up there, and they put them up there for 6 months or a year or whatever, and sometimes they fall down when they're not supposed to, and they land in people's yards. So that's what I think of it. And again, they're going to always have some story. So it's not like we're going to hear when some satellite crashes and it's a satellite that's supposed to be in space. They'll just destroy it.
Yeah.
I look at it. Because those things are it's just like when we heard, who was it, Robert Bassano, talk about how they retrieve those actual satellites, right? They fly in these planes and they retrieve them. Well, the same thing, and he said they have to be ready. These people have to be ready at a moment's notice to go capture these falling balloons. Now, I don't think the little balloons that get put up by Samsung, I don't think that that's something that's, national security kind of thing.
Right.
But let's say there's a DirecTV one that starts coming down or something, there's going to be a plane that goes and retrieves it.
Do you think DirecTV actually uses balloons?
I think they have something up there. I don't know if DirecTV knows that.
Okay.
But, could be anybody that's putting it up there for them. And they think that they're bouncing signals off that, and they're just bouncing signals off the balloon. That's what I think. Let's go to the 888 area code. You're on with Jeranism Monday Raw. I don't know who calls in from an 888. Hello, we can hear you. You're on the air. Okay. Goodbye. We'll come back to that one. Let's go to the 587. You're on with Jeranism Monday Raw. Who's this?
Hi, David. Jeran.
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear me?
You know what? I just realized.
I called.
Hold on one second. We're coming up to a break. I'm going to put you on hold for one more second. I'll pick you up in 3 seconds. I am writing this down, Dave, so I know which one it is. I'm afraid that the ad is going to play this time. There it is.
There it is.
All right, guys. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Jeranism Monday Raw.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. By Christine, great for heart palpitations. By Ann, before I started using this product, every afternoon my ankles and my hands would be swollen. That doesn't happen anymore. So if that part of their advertising is true, I have to assume that the rest of it is also. Not to mention, that when I had my yearly blood test, only a few weeks after beginning to use this product, my cholesterol had dropped over 30 points. I'm going to continue to take it. By Croc, I love this product. It really works. By Brad, works great, thank you. Tell us your story. Get your Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprim. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprim increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation, and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now for a special radio offer from Angioprim. That's angioprim.com/radio. ANGIOPRIM. Angioprim.com/radio or call 877-882-7221. That's 877-882-7221.
He was the deputy director of MI6. Britain's most senior diplomat. He was knighted by the Queen and in charge of thousands of highly trained spies. But he was also a member of the Paedophile Information Exchange. He had 45 diaries full of sex fantasies with children. His friend was the private secretary of Margaret Thatcher. He strangled a child and hit another with his car. He raped young boys and organized orgies with children for other politicians.
The Enigma Channel, intelligent television for planet Earth. EnigmaTV.com.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype, no fear. Real people, real radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it greatly. I'm here, David's here, and Miss Puppy's sitting on my lap because she's having problems. I don't know what's wrong with her, but we'll take care of it. Let's go back to the phones. Dave, does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Let's try one more time the 888 number. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. Who's this? There you go. You're on. Okay, or not. Let's go 587. This is the call I think we were on before the break. You're on with Jeranism Monday Night Raw. What's up?
Hi, David, Jeran. This is Assad. I'm calling from London, Ontario. So I called you guys a few months ago, if you recall, and I was looking into the maps comparing the AE or having two poles and the sun going around the southern pole in the winter time in the north and around the north, if you recall that.
Yep. Yeah, it was like the Flat Earth Hero is the one who came out with that map at one time, thinking that's kind of
So I mean, I went to as deep as I could. Obviously, I didn't find a definitive solution. I found two major problems in both maps. I mean, in the AE map, the light has to extend around the outer skirts much more than in the north. Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Correct.
It's quite evident. And the other map, I had problems with the flights. So the flights do not work on the two poles, and the light, I mean, not work doesn't, I don't know. I mean, it may work depending on what they're doing. Because if you look at their flight plans, and if you look at, I mean, planes fly straight in a straight line, literally on a heading, when they're flying. So if they're heading on a particular direction, they can't be going straight, either map, or the AE or the globe.
Correct.
They have to be going on a curve unless they're on the equator. So the distances are all, I mean, basically wrong. I mean, we don't know the distances fundamentally there. So, I mean, I gave that up, and I just wanted to come back with the places that I told you about in the north, which have these massive changes in the daytime. Yeah, so there's a place called Alert Canada and Nunavut, and it has like a change in the last 13 days. It stopped daylight on October 14th, and it starts changing 24 minutes a day from the first, and on the last day, the difference, the negative time is 1 hour 25 daylight change in one day. I mean, that just makes no sense to what we're looking at on the globe, obviously. And we have to look at that to see what actually is going on with the light. Because what I'm looking from my perspective is the light actually does not go in a circle. There is some effect that causes it to either shorten or lengthen depending on where the sun is.
Correct. Right. But you think it lengthens in the south, though?
Yeah, I mean, if it's AE, it has to, and it has to avoid the center, yeah? Because if you look at the south, there are places which are documented to have at least 22 hours of light, so it has to come across without crossing the center, and it has to do something with magnetics if that's the way it's going on. And I mean, I'm not bought into any of these two.
So wait a minute.
Which places in the south have 22 hours of light?
I mean, I have to look at that. I haven't got it up here, but there's like if you go to
usually the
Amundsen Scott, it has.
Oh, okay. I thought
it has 24 hours light.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about.
Right. It has 24 hours of daylight, not sunlight. Jeffrey Grupp did an experiment once where he had a glass bowl upside down. And he brought just a lighter flame in it, and then he brought it near the outside wall, and the light wrapped around all the way around the outer wall or the inner wall.
Right. People want to look that up.
So the optics of being inside of a dome, when you bring the light towards the dome, they really mirror the daylight that we have on the Earth.
Yeah,
I have a video on my channel under the personal atmospheric dome playlist that shows that mirrors that.
I've seen all I've been on flat Earth for 3.5 years. I think I was in the second wave of Turners. Yeah, in the early 2016, I've been on flat Earth. It took me like a week, and I knew it was level, not flat. It was level Earth. It's just that the map, there are anomalies, obviously, and what you suggest is a possibility, but we're not out there. We don't know exactly what's going on with the sun up there and how it moves. So
no, I still think all.
So this and the other thing that I know.
I was saying, I still think that all options are open as far as to what the sun's doing in the south.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. The bottom line is I left it like, okay, I can't go any further than this, but I just wanted to go on this, the daytime changes, like an hour, 25 minutes. Like where I am, it's like 42 degrees north, and maximum change is 3 minutes. So 1,500 miles north, it's changing in a day of 1 hour 25. So there's something weird going on, which obviously we don't have. I haven't done it. I don't have the resources, but somebody has to sit down and look at this stuff. The other thing is the moon. If you look at the moon, I know you guys know that it goes more or less what the sun does in a year and a month, correct?
Yes. You mean what the sun does in a year?
When you look at, yeah, more or less. I mean, it does a little different than the sun. If you look at the moon, it's up all day for 13 or 11 days and down all day for 11 to 10 days up in the north in places during the month. So when you look at that and you look at their model, it just destroys it completely.
Yeah, it's never made sense to me as far as the globe, you mean? On the globe model.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no so, and one more thing about gravity. So when you look at gravity and you're spinning around, the Earth is supposedly spinning, allegedly the helio-fanatical model, yeah? So at the equator, on a merry-go-round, we're standing horizontally, if it were a merry-go-round, right?
I don't. If we're on a merry-go-round, we're standing horizontally. Okay.
Right. I mean, we're not. If you're on a merry-go-round, we'll be standing vertically, and we push it out sideways. But on the so-called globe Earth, we're actually on the edge, standing outwards as we rotate. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
So now they say what keeps us down? The gravity. Correct.
Correct.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if you go up to, let's say, halfway up to the North Pole,
mm-hmm.
we are standing at an angle of 45 degrees to the horizontal
to the axis of
equator.
Correct.
Yeah, to the axis of rotation.
Yes.
So now at the 42-degree angle, where gravity is still pulling you down straight, you're standing vertically and the gravity is going through your head from your foot, right?
Interesting. Yep.
So now, where is the force that is pushing you out going? It is around the axis. It can't be vertical through your head because you're at an angle to the axis of rotation. It's going out 45 degrees from where you stand.
Correct. But
are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I guess where I'm confused is if you drew a line through somebody's head when they're standing at the equator, that line would hit the center of the Earth, right? But if you drew a line through somebody standing at 45 degrees through their head, that would also hit the center?
Correct, but you're on a ring going around a axis. That is not going around the center of the Earth anymore. The force that is exerted, it's just common sense when you're sitting on a... You got it? So it's like going at a 45-degree angle. Now, if gravity pulls you down, and there is obviously a sideways component to that force of your rotation, it's gone. Gravity is finished. That's it. Game over.
Yeah, and then what happens when you put somebody up at the pole?
I mean, he's just going around in a circle, and he has no force really. He's not going to be able to move. That's a different equation. But what I'm saying is there's a force. The movement. If we are spinning, then anywhere other than the pole and the equator, there has to be a sideways push outwards to the side of the rotation. And that cannot be counteracted by gravity. It's impossible. The gravity can only pull you down through your head, wherever you are on the Earth, the so-called gravity. The sideways motion cannot be balanced by anything it has to be balanced by other than gravity.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call and thank you for those words of wisdom. I got to think about that one. Dave, did you catch what he's saying?
Some of it. I was kind of letting you run with that one.
Okay. I'm picturing it and I see what he's saying. Basically, that arc of spin would be a sideways one. And he's basically saying that destroys gravity. So I think it's a good point. I'll have to think about it. Go ahead, Dave.
I agree. If you're at 45 degrees off the equator and spinning, you should have some torque because you're not vertical to the axis of rotation.
Right. It would be like a sideways spin.
Jeran, you know how we're not on a spinning ball?
Because if we were, we'd be dead.
Exactly.
Let's go to the 239.
That's a good T-shirt. Taboo, make that T-shirt. Ben.
239. You're on with Jeranism RAW. Who's this?
Hey, fellas, how y'all doing?
What's going on?
What's up?
Ain't nothing. Hey, right, let's make it simple. There's an 8-inch drop every mile out away from you, right?
Correct.
So, is it possible to level those cameras, the P900?
Sure, you can get pretty close. Yeah.
Okay. So, say for instance, a person takes a 1-inch tube or a 2-inch tube, right? We'll just say 12 inches in length, and they could tape a level to it, right?
Okay. At
1 mile away, should you be able? I'm thinking you shouldn't. I mean, that 8-inch drop at level, your camera's level, the pipe's level. A mile away, there's going to be 8-inch drop, which means the pitch should be different in that. So you shouldn't technically, you shouldn't be able to look through. If we're in a globe, you shouldn't be able to see through that pipe, right?
You shouldn't be able to see through it? You're talking about putting it at a distance away from you?
1 mile. 1 mile away, using
if you
the
zoom
camera.
into the camera to the pipe that's a mile away and it's level, you shouldn't be able to see through it because it's at a different plane because of the 8-inch drop.
This is really weird because I just this week, Enrique, and people might remember him, he helped me out with the canal experiments. Enrique called me and he had an experiment idea and we were kind of going back and forth on it, but it's basically exactly kind of what you're saying. And what Enrique was saying, let me see if I can paint a picture real quick, is let's picture the Earth is a curve and we're doing a 2-mile stretch, okay? So he was saying if we do a 2-mile stretch and we measure from the water and we place like a softball, like girls play with a softball, at one end and we put it exactly 6 feet off the water, let's say, and then on the other end you put another softball at exactly 6 feet off the water. And then he said if we installed a pipe, basically you could say a 1/2-inch pipe, a 1-inch pipe, we didn't really know that answer. But if you install a pipe right at the center, and you wouldn't even need to balance it so much, because if you put that pipe there and you stick a camera behind one side and you peer through at the softball all the way down, which would be a mile away from you, right? Because it's a 2-mile stretch and we're talking about putting the pipe in the middle. So you put the camera on one side of the pipe, and you angle it until you can see that softball perfectly centered. And then you just move the camera to the other side of the pipe. And with the pipe I'm talking about would be maybe 2 feet long, I don't know. And you move the camera to the other side. If looking through the other side of the pipe, you can see the other softball centered, then there is no hump. Does that make sense, Dave?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it was interesting that you brought that up because that's kind of what we were talking about this week exactly. The only question I had for
great minds think alike.
There you go. Was we were just talking about when you peer through with a P900 through that pipe, and none of us have done that yet. So I said, okay, well, let's get a pipe. Let's look through it and see what we see at the other end and see if we'd be able to center up a softball a mile away. If we can, then you can do the test over 2 miles. So.
Okay, and because if we're going extra, the math says 8 inches, and if they're on 2 different planes, I don't even think we have to go. We're just feeding them, if we go over a mile, because the mile says it's a completely different plane. And I wanted to add a little extra to that experiment. If you got a pipe, right, and like the same type of pipe, a foot long, we'll say 2 inches, and say for instance you stretch a string across the one on both ends of the pipe, they're at the same level, they're halfway. And if those both strings line up, if you're able to see through the pipe, and also not only that, if both of those strings line up, it's leveled, right?
Where are you talking?
It's a flat earth.
Yeah, but where are you talking about putting a string? I didn't understand anything to do with the string.
On both ends, on both openings of the pipe, right? On both ends, say you got to go in horizontal.
Yeah.
Halfway horizontal on both ends, and the pipe is still a mile away. And if you're able, not only you can see through the pipe, but the strings are level that means it's a flat Earth, right?
Dave, you have an answer for that? I'm getting a little lost of where these strings are.
I totally don't understand the experiment.
Okay, say for instance, you got a cap on the pipe, right? And you fill it up with water, and there the water makes like an artificial line halfway up, right?
Okay.
But we don't have a cap. We just have a string, and the string represents where the water fill would be halfway up the pipe, right? And you got it on both ends, right? Going across the open end of the pipe. You have a string on the front side and the back side of the pipe. Okay. That pipe's 1 mile away. Okay. And not only are you able to see through the pipe, but both strings are lining up. So when you're looking through the camera, you only see one string because they're both, it's leveled.
Yeah.
You're not able to see the string behind it.
No, I agree with that concept. I just think it doesn't play well in reality when you're trying to look a mile away and see a string inside of a small pipe.
Well, we could see dust at billions of miles.
Oh, well, yeah, you have to be a PhD to do that.
The string wouldn't be inside of the pipe. It would be on the outside of it. I mean, like you would, hang it across the face of the opening of the pipe. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't be inside of it, but say for instance, it's hard to explain, but it would be on both ends.
You think at a mile, when it's 8 inches of drop, you think that would be enough to move the two strings off each other if it was a globe Earth? I'm not sure that's true.
I mean, first of all, you shouldn't even be able to see through the pipe. You know what I'm saying? But the line, the string would just be an indicator. If they both line up, it's a flat Earth, baby. Because it's just an indicator,
Yeah. No, I agree again in concept. I just, when I picture this stuff, I picture being out there at the canal again, and the thought of being able to pick up and see a pipe at a mile away, and not just the pipe, but actually see the opening of the pipe, seems a little bit more than I think you're thinking in your head. It's not quite as easy as you think.
2 inches in diameter. It doesn't have to be a 1 inch. It could be a 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch. You know what I'm saying? The diameter doesn't matter. I mean, I wouldn't make it too big because if it's on a different plane, then you shouldn't be able to see through it, period, when you zoom in with the camera, is all I'm saying.
That part I do agree with. That part you can actually go do that. That's actually not very difficult to do, is just to check if you'd be able to see it. Because, that's where I always get real interested in these experiments, is when we're talking about that hump, because I just don't ever see a hump between me and a distant location. It seems very
because we're not looking for a hump. We're just, because if something is leveled a mile away and we're on the globe, there should be no way possible. And if the camera's leveled and the pipe's leveled, there's no way I should be able to see through that pipe. There's no way. And if I'm seeing through the pipe a mile away, because it's at an 8 inch drop, and it's leveled, not only it's at an 8 inch drop, it's leveled. We're not looking for the hump. We're just looking to see how level the Earth is. You got a level camera, you got a level pipe a mile apart. If you're looking through that pipe, that only works on a flat Earth. It doesn't work on a globe.
The problems you have is at those distances of being able to see that and being able to prove that the camera's level, even if it is, how do you prove it?
Yeah, I'm going to think.
How do you prove the camera's level?
Yeah, because that's what the Globers.
Because when you're talking about
the camera wasn't level.
A bubble level is.
Okay, back to the level experiment when you guys said, the level. If the level was off, when I forget what experiment it was, but if it's pointing too high up, you should be going in the sky. If it's pointing down, you should be going, pointing to the hump. There's no way a camera, even if the camera was off level, it should not see through the pipe if you're on a globe. It should not.
I see what you're saying. You're talking about the camera being a mile away from the pipe, and it would be the equivalent of trying to shoot a laser through that pipe. It doesn't matter. You don't have to level the laser, is what you're saying. The fact that you'd be able to shoot that through the pipe.
The fact that you can see through it means that, yeah, you guys are right. You can't 100%. That's why I asked if you could, level those cameras. But still, you shouldn't be able to see through the pipe a mile away. And going 2 miles or anything, I think we're just, if you can prove it's not a globe a mile away, that's all we need to do. We don't need to go these grand distances, just to prove, because you could just prove it with 1 mile and it's done, man.
The problem with 1 mile is 8 inches. 8 inches in a viewing at a mile away is just merges. It just becomes a thin line, and claiming that the camera's level, you'll never be able to prove it. Something like the video that Taboo showed on Globebusters, where you're seeing something, was it 300 miles away, where there's 14,000 feet of curvature missing? That's game over right there. You don't need a level camera. You don't need anything. You don't need a laser. You can see it where it should be 14,000 feet below the curve.
What do you think of the conspiracy video that just came out, Dave?
Which one?
The one that's supposedly seeing 300 and something miles.
I looked at it. I have to go and watch the original one, but it seems pretty good. And I know that I trust Ben's, how meticulous he is. So
me too. I just haven't seen the original yet and actually seen. Is that what they state that they're seeing? Because that's
and they line it up and they show you all the landmarks. And I skimmed through it. It's very thorough, where they're not mistaking what they're seeing. And they just had a super clear day. The sun was in the right position, and he was able to see it.
Because that'll make me bite my words, because I've been saying that we can't see that far.
Well, you can't. But that day, even though it looks a little cloudy, it's not. That's just seeing that far becomes thick, becomes soup. That's probably the limits of how far we can see anything.
Right. But that gives us a lot of space in between that we haven't really been looking into. I mean, I haven't been trying to look very far because I wouldn't think we can see very far. When we see 175 miles at Canigou, I realize that that's because the sun sets behind it. So when I start to see distances like that, all of a sudden I'm thinking, well, maybe we can see 175 miles. Maybe we can see 150. Maybe we can see 100. Maybe we can see 50. I don't know.
Yep.
Let's go to the next caller at 408. You're on with Jeranism RAW. Who's this? 40.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, is this Jeran?
Yep, you got me. What's up?
Hey, I love you guys. Hey, David, how's it going?
Going well, man. What's on your mind?
This is Christian from Boston. I had a question. If you guys have run across any discussion of life support systems on the supposed ISS, like, what they're actually doing to breathe up there.
It's, you can't even look into it because you don't even have to think about it. It's utter nonsense.
Besides their little astronaut suits, you mean?
No, I mean, where do they get the oxygen from? Do they, I've heard people argue that they do it just like submarines. They do electrolysis and they get oxygen from the water, but then where do they get the water from, the supply of water,
Yeah, they say
and I just was wondering if anyone's gone down that path of producing any kind of content around that, any of those systems. But you're probably right, David. A lot of these things, it's just fake wires and stuff. If you were to scratch, I just haven't found any discussion of it or any videos that kind of talk about how they're supposedly breathing. They send up large quantities of oxygen in the rockets, or do they
don't know, but here we go.
Massive amounts of water?
Peace.
Hi, my name is Ella, and I'm 10 years old. I'm one of the millions of children born to parents suffering from the sheeple virus. Symptoms include the inability to think for oneself, the attention span of a goldfish, and a strong belief in government and the mainstream media. It is estimated that 1 out of every 2 children are being raised by parents infected with the sheeple virus. But there is a cure. For as little as 19 cents per day, you can become a TFR supporter and help children like me get their daily dose of truth. Together, we will make sure every child has protection from deception.
Impeachment vote, Trump administration appeal. I'm Ann Cates. The full House will vote on Thursday on formalizing the impeachment investigations. Correspondent Phil Mattingly.
This is the technical process going forward. The closed-doors depositions will move into open hearings. There are 3 committees conducting the impeachment inquiry at the moment, but the Judiciary Committee, should it get to that point, will actually have to draft and consider the articles of impeachment. That lays out the process going forward. On the political side, it also undercuts some of the criticisms we've seen from Republicans, the White House especially, related to how closed it has been up to this point, making clear everything is going to be public.
The Trump administration is fighting a ruling to provide secret grand jury testimony from the Mueller probe.
A federal appeals court judge had ordered the Justice Department to turn over the documents to House impeachment investigators by October 30th. In its appeal, the Justice Department argues once the grand jury material is released to the House Judiciary Committee, there's no guarantee that it will remain secret. The appeal also argued that there is no reason for the department to produce the materials by the end of this week, when the impeachment inquiry itself is scheduled to last into 2020. The order to turn over the documents is on hold while the appeal is pending. Linda Kenyon, Washington.
Crews are battling major blazes in Los Angeles and Sonoma County in California. Governor Gavin Newsom blames Washington for the wildfire outbreak.
It took decades to get here. Decades of forest mismanagement, suppression strategies that actually have exacerbated conditions in some of our forests, lack of federal investment in 57% of the land that's under federal jurisdiction, a federal government that's cutting their forestry budget. It has been over the last few years as they moralize about California's lack of leadership in this space.
The Kincaid fire in Northern California is still 5% contained, has charred more than 66,000 acres and destroyed close to 100 structures. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed up 133 points, the Nasdaq up 83. I'm Ann Cates.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.